All right. So here we go. We're still in Unit 4. And we're going to be looking at combining like terms. So combining like terms, we need to know what terms are. All right, so I'm going to give you a little hint here. Terms are separated by operations. And the operations being plus, minus, divide, and multiply, okay? So terms are separated by operations. So when you get an example, it might say how many terms are in this expression, okay? And remember, expressions don't have equal signs. So when it says how many terms, you can look at those and determine how many terms you have, okay? A constant, this is a number without a variable. Okay, it's a number without a variable. Or you can think of it as it's a number by itself. Okay? That's a constant. It's a number without a variable, or it's a number by itself. A coefficient, and I'm probably going to spell this wrong, so I'm sorry. Coefficient. I'm a math teacher, not an English teacher, but it's okay. This is the number in front of the variable. Okay, that's your coefficient, the number in front of the variable. All right, so I'm going to give you an example here, and we're going to list all these different things. Let's say I have 3x plus 12 minus x plus 5y. So we're going to list our terms, our constants, and we're going to simplify the expression. So simplified expression. I'll give you guys a second to catch up there. So my terms are separated by operations. So I'm looking for operations here, okay? So here's an operation. So there's 3x is 1. This separates it. Here's another term. It's operation. Here's another term. There's an operation. Here's another term. I have 4 terms here. I have 3 operations, which separates these, okay? So I can do this. I can draw me like a little dotted line behind each number, okay? Now, here's why I say behind each number. I'm going to list these terms. So my first term is 3x, comma. My next term is positive 12. My next term is not just x. This is why I draw these little lines behind them to show my terms. This is not just x. This is a negative x. Okay? Don't forget your signs there. And my last term is a positive 5y. So if they were asked how many terms, we have 4 terms. I go to my operations. Okay? I'm going to draw my little lines, and that shows me my operations. Do I have any constants? The reason I ask it like that, do I have any constants? There will be questions they'll ask you how many constants you have, and you won't have any. It might confuse some of you, okay? So my constants, remember, these are a number without a variable. It's a number that's by itself. All right, so is 3 a constant? No, 3 has a variable with it. 12 is a constant. There's no variable with 12, so 12 would be a constant. Of course, x is not a constant because it's a variable. Is 5y a constant? No, it has a variable, so it's not a constant. I only have one constant, okay? That's 12. And now, we're going to simplify this expression. So I have 3x plus 12 minus x plus 5y. Okay? The first thing I would do here, and this is probably going to help a lot of you. So step 1, we're going to rearrange so that all like terms are side by side. Okay? So I'm going to rearrange this, which means I need to identify my like terms. Okay? So when I rearrange, I'm going to have, let's see, 3x. I got that one. Are there any more x's up here? Yes, I have a negative x. So negative x. All right. Let's go to my next variable. 5y is a variable. Are there any more y's? No. So I'm going to write plus 5y. And then I only have one term left, which is plus 12. All right. So I've rearranged this. The reason why is when I rearrange it and look at it, now I can see that, oh, my x's are together. I can combine these and go from there. Okay. So step 2, of course, now we're just going to combine all like terms. Or you'll hear people say simplify. And I'll put that in parentheses so you guys know. Or they might just say simplify. Okay, so we're going to simplify. So this is 3x minus x. What's that invisible number in front of x? It's an invisible 1. So I know they both have an x. And then all we're doing is 3 minus 1. And 3 minus 1 gives me 2. So I'll simplify there. Just 3x minus 1x is 2x. Are there any y's here? No. 5y is the only y. So I can just bring that down. I can't simplify that. So plus 5y. 12 is my only constant. So I can't combine that with nothing. So I'm going to bring that down. Plus 12. And guess what? This is the final answer. Okay, I can't go any further. You cannot add 2 and 5. They're different. They're not like terms. And I can't add 5y and 12 to get 17y. They're different. Okay, they're not the same. All right, when they have different variables, it means those are different terms. You can't combine them. A lot of you guys are going to look at this and get really confused and think, oh, I have to do something. I have to do something. But you don't. Okay. All right. Let's look at one more. Okay, so example 2. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to simplify. Let's see. 7x squared plus 4y minus 6 minus 3x plus 4. All right. Now, yes, this one is a little more complicated, okay? But I want to get one of these examples in here because you will see these examples and they might confuse you. All right, so we're going to simplify. All it's asking us for is to simplify. Now, if I was defining my terms, okay, I can look at my terms here. In front of each operation, I can draw my little dotted line there. Okay, and I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. All right, so if it asked us, yes, we would have 5 terms. Okay, so here we go. Step 1. Again, for some of you guys, it's going to be easier to rearrange. You don't have to rearrange, okay? So we're going to rearrange. So when I rearrange, I'm going to start the first 7x squared. Are there any more x's? There is an x, but now these two x's are not the same. This is an x squared. This is just an x, okay? Which means they are different. So I'm going to write 7x squared. All right. Now I have 4y. Are there any more y's? So positive 4y. There's no more y's. Negative 6. Negative 6 is a constant. Are there any more constants? Yes. This is another constant, okay? A lot of you all will get stuck at looking at variables and think, oh, it's a 6, there's nothing else like it. There is. 4 is a constant. They're both constants. Just because they don't have variables doesn't mean they're different, okay? They're the same because they both don't have variables. So now I have a plus 4, and then my last that I have left is a negative 3x. So now we're going to combine, okay? We're going to simplify now. So my step 2 here is to simplify. All right. Now, the only thing we have to simplify, again, like we talked about, is right here. This is negative 6 plus 4. What is negative 6 plus 4? Is negative 2. Okay? Again, let your signs determine your operation. I didn't say minus 2 or plus 2. I just said negative 2 because now this looks like minus 2. And now we can drop down everything else that doesn't have a variable. So I have 7x squared positive 4y minus 2, and then negative 3x. We won't have anything else that's the same. Okay? This is my final answer. Now, one thing to remember here. A lot of times in your multiple choice, all right, your answer may not look exactly like this. Okay? You can rearrange this. As long as our operations stay the same, we can move these. Here's what it's going to look like. Normally, what you see on tests or anything is all your same variables will be together. So like it would be 7x squared minus 3x plus 4y minus 2. It's probably going to look like that. Okay? For some reason, there's like this unwritten rule where they'll put their constants at the very end. They'll put all the same variables kind of together and kind of go down a line in alphabetical order for some reason. If your answer looks like this, you're not wrong. Okay? You're not wrong. My answer could look like this. It could be negative 2 plus 7x squared plus 4y minus 3x. That's not wrong either. You want to know why? Negative 2, negative 2. Positive 7x squared, positive 7x squared. Positive 4y, positive 4y. Negative 3x, negative 3x. They're the same. Okay? So there's 3 different ways right here to write this. There's more than just 3. All right? So when you look at the multiple choice, do what I just did here. All right, positive 7x squared, negative 3x, negative 3x, positive 4y, negative 2, negative 2. If all your terms are the same but in different order, then you're correct. Okay? They can be like that. All right?